Three,
Starting.
two, three, two, one.
Peace, peace. Welcome to 360 Cypher Podcast. We got in the building. You know what I'm saying? The amazing Misdemeanor. You know what I'm saying? She's known.
Facts.
Yeah, she's known for doing songs with ESG, Zero, Screwed Up Click. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna start it out just like that. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm saying this podcast is really about shining light on greatness, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what we all about, man. No negativity. You know what I'm talking about? Just all positive vibes, man.
Grand Rising Kings and Queens. It's your boy Sunny Suave. What's happening?
hmm. Indeed, indeed. We just making knowledge born, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
But
sir.
Misdemeanor.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Misdemeanor, straight out of ATX. A lot of people know my roots from the H Town or whatever, but I'm straight out Austin, East Side.
Hmm.
Came through to see what's up with my boys on 360 podcast cipher. So what's up?
Thank you for blessing us with your appearance.
So what got you? When you start rapping?
I actually started rapping when I was 11.
Hmm.
So yeah, and I credit that to my brother. He wrote my first rap. Um, Mr.
Do
Moore.
you still know that bad boy?
I don't. Oh man, I don't. But it's crazy though because the same person that got me started to rapping, um, Shakita was actually one of his students,
Mm.
and he started her to writing. So like both our careers, he kind of like started us both to rapping, and it's amazing how things come like in a whole 360.
Hmm.
You
Right,
know what I'm
right.
saying? Yeah.
That's what's
So
up.
who would you say your main influences are like in hip hop? You know what I'm saying?
I try to influence myself. Just everybody, like I'm really like intrigued by the different styles and everything that we
Hmm.
have going on from the new school to the old school. It's ever like evolving.
Yeah.
So we had like one way of rapping then, and then the new way of rapping. So
Hmm.
combination of everything in between. So I don't have one specific like artist that I gravitate to. I'm
Yeah.
just open and I embrace everybody. So
Hmm.
that's it. Yeah.
Indeed.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, how did you get connected with Zero and the Screwed Up Click? Cause like I'm from New Orleans, so like when I came out here, I had no idea who Zero was. They had to like put me on them. So like,
Yeah.
how from being from Austin, how did you like connect with him?
I actually was about like 19 and ESG and the Screwed Up Click, they had a show at Givens Park
Mm,
at the gym. And I met them because a lot of them were like in a circle, like rapping. You had like probably like Big Mo, you had Pimp Tight,
Facts.
Nope D. I remember them all being out there, and I was just standing there with my homegirl listening to them rap. And then all of a sudden, she was just like, "Yeah, my homegirl, like back then the word was tight, so she was like, she tight,
hmm
man,
Real.
man, she
She
oh y'all, she tight," and I
she
was
was
just
your
like,
hype
"What?"
man.
I
That's
was
what's
like
up.
so scared when she said it. They was like, "Who heard?" She was like, "Yeah, I'm telling you, watch." And I was like, "Oh my god!" So I just like they were like rap for us.
Hmm.
Went up there and I just started rapping, and after that they came up to me and I think it was No D. He was just like, "Hey, we recording the Dirty Third. We want you to
Mm,
come down there and like get on this album or whatever." And at the time, I was like 6 months pregnant, so with my son,
that's what's
and he 25 now. Shout out! He just turned 25 on March the 5th, so
that's what's
that
up.
show
Yeah.
you like how long ago it was, like the 25-year anniversary of it. So I went down there and recorded Thug Love. Like I wrote my rap like right then. It took me like about
Oh,
10 minutes to knock it out.
that thing
Professional,
go
Um,
hard
professional.
too.
yeah,
For
when
real.
we was at rec shop, so when we got done doing that, they were just like, write your name on the wall. It was like a wall like this, and I just remember I seen Fat Pat name, and I just wrote my name like big, like next to his name, and
Left
he
your
was
mark.
yeah he was still alive at the time, so I just it's crazy. So I just went and did that, and after that my homeboy Marvin Lauderdale, he from the East Side too. He seen me outside at my mom's house, like on Springdale, and he passed by and he had a Zero's manager Chris at the time with him, And he was just like, "That's my little homegirl. She rapped on that like that Dirty Third," and they just pulled up. He was like, "You want to get on Zero album?" At the time, I didn't know Zero. Like, I didn't know who he was. I never like really heard of it because I listened to like a lot of R&B. So when he asked me to like get on the album or whatever,
Yeah,
um,
made this shit was y'all like, you know what I'm saying? Like me and
no, the crazy part about it is like when I went down there to like do the song, like I just walked in the studio and like my homegirl Kamisha Brooks, she took me down there and I just went and sat in the corner and they was like playing the music and like I was writing, he was over there writing, he went in the booth and did his like stuff or whatever. And then he was just like, like where the girl at that's gonna get on the song. And he was like, "It's her right there." He's like, "Man," he was just like, how she gonna rap? Them MF don't even talk. And
Yeah.
then you know what I'm saying? They was just like, yeah. So like I
Mm,
went in a booth and like I'm one of the ones I don't like I'm real shy. Like even though I rap like I rap, I'm shy. So when I got off in there, I was just like, I like the lights down or whatever. So they turned the lights down, and then like soon as they turned the beat on or whatever, I just started rapping. I was
man.
like, hey, like Pac, I be the last motherfucker in this bitch breathing. It feel me,
Ah,
yo, when niggas be my. And then I just heard them screaming. He came in. He said, who the fuck in here with you? Sorry, y'all, if we can't cuss. Y'all
Nah,
didn't
yeah,
tell
yeah.
nah,
me.
it's
We
all
raw and
good.
uncut.
Shit, we
We raw and
freestyling
uncut.
today, right? Know what I'm talking about? For real.
No, he came in there. He was just like, "Who he looking all?" He like, "Who in here with you?" I said, "Man, this is me." He said, "Man, that's crazy." So he went back outside, and then I finished up the like the verse or whatever, and that's it. You know.
So I got a question, and this is a question I've been wanting to ask. You feel me? For the longest. So how did you and Zero come up with the song "Go Crazy"? You know what I'm saying? Because that was bananas, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about? It was just like how y'all put it together, though. You know what I'm
He
saying?
actually already like had the hook or whatever. I
Yeah,
think when I got there, they were already like playing the song, and he made that beat. That's one thing. Like
yeah.
a lot of people didn't even know that he made that beat. He made
See,
it himself.
a lot of people don't notice this though. See, I had a Triton back in 2001, right? Zero used to always come to the highs back then. You know what I'm saying? So I remember when I had to try and he had to try. You feel me? We was vibing off each other making beats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he make beats. So
Yeah.
I know
like,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Multi-talented.
hmm So he made that beat. He made that hook. Once they told me the concept, I just wrote. That's what it was. So
Yeah.
You write this
like about 10 minutes for me to write my verse. Yeah, that's one thing he said.
album, right? My first.
No, I mean, and sometimes it depends on if I write a block.
I
I'm
ain't
telling
gonna
you,
Yeah.
sometimes people send me songs, and man, it might take me a month. I'm like, God,
Time.
dang, I don't
I
like
ain't
it.
gonna
I,
lie.
I can't.
When I was in H when I was in H time back in 2003, right? I was staying the sunny side. You feel me? So the first time I heard you on that road song, I was like, yeah, Mr. Mina made it, man. You feel me? And that's how I was looking at it because everybody in the hood was banging your song.
Yeah.
You feel me?
It's so crazy saying that because like once I did that verse or whatever, they were just like he had like 100 songs to go through for that album, for that life album, and they'll contact me and let me know, you know what I'm saying, if he put the song on there or whatever. Never heard nothing from none of them. And just one day like I had went up to the Shell on MLK in Springdale and these dudes pulled up and they was playing it.
Mm.
And I was like, I looked and the dude said, "Ain't that you?" And I was like, "Yeah, where did you get it from?" He said, "Oh, that's that new bro. They got that Music Mania. They came." I was sick. I was like, "Dang, they didn't even tell me." So I flew up there
Yeah.
and bought it. And I'm like, "Why do I gotta buy it and I'm on it?" But I
That's crazy.
just so I could hear it, you know what I'm
See,
saying, and have it for
and
myself. But
and I would make my trips back and forth to Beaumont to go see my cousins, and they banging your shit too.
yeah,
You feel me?
yeah,
And, and it was like a wonderful experience. And I said, I know her. That's my gal right there, man. That's my homegirl. They like, for real? I'm like, yeah, she from my city, man.
Yes, sir. So you keep hollering East Austin, East Austin. Keep hearing. You know what I'm talking about. So if I was an alien, how would you describe East Austin to me? You know, something growing up or whatever.
so it's different now though, for the gentrification and stuff that's happened, like even Nook House, that's how like a lot of us like, well, Terrence, you, me, we all like came up like over there at like Nook's house and on 17th Street. So it look a whole lot different.
Facts.
Um from the buildings to like the houses they built. It's totally different. Um, you gotta adapt to change. But then some of the change be like, God dang, like if you just look at like the before and after pictures, it's like totally different.
And you,
And I appreciate the change though,
yeah,
it's like we
cause,
really
cause,
appreciate it, but
cause you be like, even when you go to 2-1 on the east side, really where Misdemeanor from. You know what I'm saying? Like you look at the whole demographics of Springdale, 12th Street, all that to change for real.
well, I started up at Alamo Park,
Yeah,
so it's like even like the church like I grew up in that was right across from Alamo, which was St. Matthew's.
facts.
Like I grew up in that church, I got married at that church, and now that church is not there anymore. So all that type of stuff like that, it's changed.
I remember that
Um,
church too.
we used to could drive like down 12th and Chacon when they had like the little spots and stuff from back then where you see people playing like dice on the sidewalk.
Yeah,
They had the
facts.
game room right there. All that stuff is gone. It's probably coffee shops, tea shops,
Mhm.
and some other stuff now. Yeah, stuff that we don't recognize, but in spirit. Like in my vision, when I see those new buildings up, I still remember the old buildings, and that's
Real.
what I see. That's what I see. I really do. I remember it.
And I had another question for you, right? So what was Jump On It like for you? Like the concert summer series?
Okay, so we jump on it. Like we was there from the very beginning, like us three.
Yeah.
And that was when Dorothy Turner was still alive.
Mm.
Rest in peace, Dorothy Turner. When Nook it was just a thought, and he was
Yeah.
telling it to us like, hey, they were gonna have this or whatever. And we was there like from day one, like the very first jump on it. I performed at
Facts.
that one, and kept performing like even through like my when I was pregnant and all that stuff. Like I had my group Bella Mafia. We went back through there, so that's why now like I make it a point to still perform and try to participate in like all the jump on it's because that's like I think I was 14 when Jump On It came
Yep.
out,
Yep.
and 30 years later, what I'm saying, it's like I'm gonna always try to participate in it, and I just seen the growth of it from it
Mm.
going from the pavilion at Rosewood, and it just a couple of people sitting on bleachers out there, like they took like the bleachers from like the kickball football field, and they moved them over there, so you had like probably like 30 people, 40 people, but it grew like each week. More
Yep.
people, more people. They parked at Mount Carmel. Then they all the way
Yep.
up the street and they're like, hey, it's too many of y'all. We got to move it.
Five
So now
thousand
to
people.
seeing him like transform that into Gator Fest now, to
Yep.
where you go from like 30 to 30,000.
Yeah, yeah,
That's a total increase. And I just like appreciate with seeing the growth in it. So yeah,
yeah,
you talking about somebody's vision
Yep.
that they
Shout out Nook.
seen. Shout out to somebody vision because like when he was talking about it, I'm sure he's seen them thousands in his vision,
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and
yeah.
all we saw was the 30.
Right,
So
right.
I really respect it. I respect it all the
Much
way.
love, Nook.
Indeed. Shout out to Nick Turner. You know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
So what's your top three females of all time?
Eh,
Rappers. Top three female rappers.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. So like when I started out, like I came from like the old school era. So in Austin wise, you had like the Coolie Girls, Miss Dank and them down there.
Facts.
Um, but like back then, it was probably like Miss Dankton like started off. Then you had like Mia X, Gangsta Boo,
Mm-hmm.
the Ghetto Twins, Cliche, Angelique, and me. So it wasn't that many of us. Like now it's like flooded, and I love it. Like the growth
Facts.
of all of it
Yes,
because
yes.
like we went through a lot, and I'm talking we going from selling CDs like out the trunk,
Yep.
running up to people. Hey, you want to buy my CD? They look like no, I don't want to buy that CD. Like who are you? Like that type of thing.
Cause you
When
know
you got
when your part self, my bad. Cause you know when you was coming up, you feel me? I always admired your flow because you had a flow similar to Mia X. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? She the next Mia X for real. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
But not like all of us are like cool. Like me and Cliche still talk or whatever. I was talking about he hitting Mia X up today, and I'm trying to like put something together for like all the like the old school like pioneer people,
Yeah.
females. Gangsta Boo, of course, we lost her. Rest
Facts.
in peace. But just like getting everybody back together because I think a lot of the like the new generation they forgot I think
Yeah.
they forgot. It's a lot of disrespect. So I just been sitting back like watching some of the disrespect on it and knowing like what we went through. You know what I'm saying? It's just like now like what Harriet Tubman then went through for like our freedom, and they talking about segregation now.
Yeah. I,
I feel that way when I see a female talking about, yeah, you old bitch need to sit down somewhere, and I'm like, dang, we went through a lot though. We went
real.
through a lot.
Y'all
From
paved
selling
the
like
way.
the
Y'all paved
CDs
the
out
way.
the trunk, dudes not taking us serious. Then back then, of course, they want to try to like, hey, what you gonna give me so I can put you on? You ain't
Type
getting
shit.
nothing.
Type
Yeah,
shit.
for
Okay, so
real.
then you ain't put on.
Type
And
shit.
I'm like, okay, well, I'm fine with that. So that's what it was. But yeah, it's just I seen a lot. I seen a lot. I seen it evolve a lot, and I respect it. I respect the change. So
Yeah, the grind was
So I
hard,
had,
huh?
yeah, my bad, yeah. I had the Bella Mafia CD back then, and I was jamming your shit, believe it or not. You feel me? But what was it like putting that CD together?
as far as Bella Mafia and shout out to Covella Jones. That was the other half of Bella Mafia, which was Lotion. She was in 512 also.
Yeah.
Um, like man, like we were just females just trying to get it. So we came together because we seen like the dudes mobbing. So like back then you had like Flow Mob,
Yeah.
you had Filthy Rich rocking them, and we were just female. We like okay, they mobbing, we want to mob too. You know what I'm saying? So we came up with Bella Mafia, and we just put it down, came hard as we could. Like we had Mr. 3-2 came down, got
Huh.
on our project. Flip came down, got on our project. And we went toe to toe with all of them. We
Huh.
made sure like it wasn't gonna be no, we had to. Cause you know, like I think back then it was more like we was trying to like earn respect. You know, you see like them
Yeah.
old school
It was
movies, you know what
standing
I'm
on
saying?
business.
Like where them women they trying to like say like we can stand toe to toe with y'all. We deserve the same respect. You know what I'm saying? So we were doing that back then, and we was stepping. We was stepping like we had the number one song on the radio. Like
Man,
man,
I
like for
remember that.
months, for
I
months.
remember that for
And I
real.
swear I rapped until I was 9 months. Like I was just like, no, you
Hey,
cannot take me away. We like had a show like that weekend, and like on that Saturday and that Sunday, I gave birth to my son. Like I was not getting off the stage. You know what I'm saying? They were like, you
man, on
singing,
that.
ooh, you plump. I was like, but that's all right though, nigga. What you gonna do with it? That was my
Ah, you
song.
hear
Yeah,
me?
yeah,
Hey, that thing was jamming too. You know
yeah,
what I'm talking about? Hey, RP the 3-2, man. RP to
yeah.
that boy,
Rest in
man.
peace.
Got a question
Real,
for you,
man.
man. Inquiring minds want to know: would you take $10,000 or a date with Soldier Boy, or dinner with Soldier Boy?
I'm flabbergasted. I don't even. That question is
Yeah,
crazy.
$10,000 or a dinner with Soldier Boy. You know what I mean?
A dinner with Soldier Boy?
That might be.
I don't know. Like as far as the question, I would think probably more. I would say maybe the dinner because marketing wise,
Mm,
what it's gonna produce after that. Because you could take that 10,000 and that's just that 10,000.
yeah,
But when you sit down at this dinner, that's a meeting. You learning more, you marketing more, you come up with
facts.
more things, you come up with a song. That song can make millions.
Uh-huh.
So why would I take that 10,000
Okay.
when I can make
That's
millions?
like you saying, cause
So it ain't one of them things he was like, hey, why did you? Yeah, I ain't worried
yeah,
about that point. I worry about the millions.
cause that's
Yeah,
just
that.
like you saying, cause with that one, cause
I can get 10,000 another day.
yeah,
Real
for real
talk.
though.
Real talk.
Cause
Yeah,
then with that hit, you feel me? If you got that one good hit,
yeah,
you forever eating with that hit.
yeah,
You hear me?
yeah. So yeah, next.
So I heard you got a song with my big brother ESG. How was that making that song with him, and how was his energy in the studio?
Actually, me and he, we still close to this day. Like that's my boy. Like we still close. He when he came down to Austin or whatever, I'm glad he's close down here. Like at arm's reach basically. I can pull up on him and check up on him.
Yeah,
But same thing, like humbleness, like everybody just like, hey, like little mama in there, she just rapping. It wasn't no beef because I'm coming off like man, hard, like I'm kind of
gotcha,
harder with
Ah,
it, you know. But
gotcha.
same thing, like his work ethic is good, like his story is good. um, that's one of the people like I really respect for the fact of everything that he went through,
Mm.
and he's still stepping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Real.
saying?
Yeah.
And people think stepping mean 2 feet. It ain't gotta mean that.
Nah.
Exactly.
You
He keep
step.
it
When
pushing.
you
He keep
step,
it
you
pushing. Yeah.
stepping.
And
You know
I
what I'm saying? So I respect it.
and to this day, that song with you and ESG, like when I was first banging it, I was banging the screw.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Why they have me sound like a man?
Yeah. So I was like, oh man, it was
Like on
marvelous.
all night in the lab. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
marvelous, man. You know what I'm talking about? But it was just a vibe though. You know what I'm saying? Then, you hearing it come through the speakers, you know what I'm talking about? I'm like, man, hold up. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Yeah. So that's what it was.
So what's the hardest part of being a female rapper?
I think now I can say back then it was tougher because it's like almost like you going through like the segregation type of thing, and now it's more
It
like
was male
integrated.
dominated.
It was male
Yes,
dominated.
I heard.
Still it's a lot of males, but it's a lot of females, and
That's
I
what I'm
I
saying.
really respect it because man, it was just like you had like a handful against a mob, and
Mm-hmm.
now it's like mob on
That's
mob.
what it is.
You know what I'm saying? And so um it was tough back then. It was really tough. From going from like what's gonna sell as far as image,
Mm-hmm.
how you sounding. Like some people was like, you need to sound more feminine. Some people, you need to sound more hard. You sound more hard, and you can feel like you stepping with the dude. You sound more feminine, you seem like weak. So
Yeah.
I was just like, dang, what do I do? Just be me. So I was coming just as myself, and it been like the same thing, consistency with it. But now like I respect all the females that them popped out. I really like it.
No, real
Some
talk. Real
some
talk.
talented, you know what I'm saying? Some got the bars, some got the looks.
I
See,
feel like
and
y'all
that's how it
need
be.
to change the rap game around. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
this shit goes to that drill era. I feel like we need y'all women, the guys of
Mhm.
the planet, to turn this shit around, man, to make it. You know what I'm talking about?
For real. Cause,
Yeah.
Hey, you need the right ones because some of them out here just twerking.
cause
So
a
you,
lot
you
of the
just
drill,
can't.
cause a
You
And
know
I
what
lot
I'm
of
ain't
saying?
finna get out there. I'm like, they be like, yo, that's baby, yes, experience.
facts,
Yes.
facts.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Like y'all do that. Y'all twerk and throw ass and all that. I'd rather have a boss, you know. And
Right.
Exactly.
at the end of the day, like I'm
Exactly.
like, I ain't ugly, but it is what it
Because at
is.
the end
But
of the day, you got to have skills. You just can't just
yeah.
have looks. You got to have skills on
The
that
game
record.
Grandbabies.
but on that point I will say the game changed to where sometimes it ain't even about the talent. It's about the product.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the,
It's
the
your brand.
look, the marketing, the brand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I see people now like I have some respect. I say
Mm-hmm.
it like that. For some of the ones, it's like doing they thing, and it's the marketing, it's the brand, and whatever sells for them as far as like if it's sex, whatever, and they don't got the bars, but they caught on to the concept, they caught on to the formula, and I respect that. And sometimes they be like, oh, well, they can't rap and they just selling whatever, and I'm like, okay, but when you caught that formula, I respect everybody grind. You know what I'm saying? But I don't like the disrespect. So that's a difference. But with me, like, you know what I'm saying? I come with the bars, like, you know what I'm saying? I ghost write and do different things. And
Mm.
I don't knock nobody hustle because I don't want nobody like knocking mine. I know what I
Grandbabies.
went through, and my path ain't your path. Your path ain't my path. But
Exactly.
respect it either way.
Right.
Respect each other's path. So that's how
Facts.
I am.
Straight facts. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Indeed.
So how do you balance your personal life and your rap career?
Well, personal life wise, I ain't even gonna lie. Like for a good 15 years, personal life hindered my rap career. Like from like being married and then being in a relationship to where they just like they knew I rapped, but then once we got together, they were just like, I don't want you rapping.
Nah,
And
come
I
on.
did 15 years of it. So I really like it's like going to the penitentiary and you lose
Yeah.
that 15 years of your life, you can't get that time back. So
Facts.
Exactly.
like my good years of rapping, you know what I'm saying? Like my 20s,
Mm.
my 30s, I spent that time trying to cater to somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
They ain't even in a picture anymore. So now I'm playing catch up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I tell people like try to like separate the two.
Yeah.
And like with me, like now I'll be like, I ain't it's nothing. Like at the end of the day, like now if I popped out back like a raccoon and I'm like,
Uh,
I wanna rap, oh, I don't wanna be in a relationship. It's not that's an abuse. When somebody is
facts.
tendering you
Nah, real
and
talk.
they know that you love something and they
Yeah.
telling you like, no, don't do it, and they drain you like that, and I
Yeah.
was more like, I'm more of a loving, like nurturing type of
Yeah.
person, and try to like cater to somebody's feelings. So I lost a lot like that, and I know what it looked like.
Hmm.
And as soon as I see it, I'm like, oh no, I'm good.
I got a
I'm
question.
good. Yeah.
I got a question for you. What message do you have out there for upcoming artists that are young females that's young and coming up in the game, in the rap game?
Um, I mean, I think the only thing I can say is just like, sometimes careers like may take off
Mm.
to where you don't have a time to just like sit back and reflect, and you more like just on go, 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 and you might become like kind of like nonchalant and disrespectful. Just sometimes like research your roots
Right.
and research the things that the people before you went through, and you might be like more calm, you might be more, what I'm saying, slow down on the disrespect. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I can't really like put it into words right now, because like in some ways, like me as somebody that went through what we went through, it was more, it be like hurt, then it'd be like anger,
Mm.
because at the end of the day, like we went through a lot. We went through a lot back then, and you talking about
Facts.
before the internet. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about when we had to record on jam boxes, and when you want to
Turn the tapes
record,
around and shit.
yeah, when you
That
want to
tapes and all
record
that stuff.
and you run out of a tape, you get tape and or tissue and stick it off in there,
Yup.
and then you press down record and
Facts.
record over something. If you don't like it, you rewind that tape with your finger or with a toothbrush or an ink pen, because that's what we used
And
back
record
then.
it.
And then you stick that back in there and you re-record. We went
Facts.
through that shit. Like right now, like you can just get on the internet, and I'm still getting used to the internet. I'm just like, damn. I remember sweating back then, and I had a curl. I'm sorry. Like, that curl was on fire like I'm matching a cigarette. So I'd be like, how dare you to disrespect? But
and
yeah,
you was and you was looking good with it. You hear me?
yeah. So
That part.
I think I got one today, but nah, this is different.
Nah.
Like I'll be funny about it, but at the end of the day, sometimes when I see the disrespect, I be like, dang, they just don't know what we went through. And like I
Mhm.
can't never, like me, I would never disrespect coolie girls. You talking about if I was to say, oh, salt and pepper, y'all want shit, forget y'all. Like, that it's that type of disrespect. And
Man.
I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? But
Facts.
at the end of the day, people gonna be who they wanna be. But at the end of the day, my thing is be a good person. Like God
Mm.
give you longevity off being a good person. You know
Facts.
what I'm saying? God don't like ugly, and
Mm.
hey, it is what it is. So that's it.
Who's
Mm.
more preacher?
Huh?
Who's more preacher?
More pressure?
More pressure?
Oh yeah,
More
that's
pressure?
me. That's me. That's me. So
Well,
basically, the quick story to that is like when I first came out as misdemeanor. Back then we didn't like do copyrights. Like I was like 14. I came up with that name. Me and Nook had went to the Cornerstone Manor Road, and he was just like, I was calling myself Daddy's little girl at the time. I was just like, he's like, you gotta come up with another name because I don't.
Mhm.
No, you need something that's tight. That was his word. So we were just sitting outside the store, and I just seen like the little sign out there, like they say like loitering or whatever is like a misdemeanor or whatever. And I was like, misdemeanor, okay. So then I started thinking. He came out the store. I was like, misdemeanor. He was like, what's that? I said my new name. He was like, oh, that's tight. And like so then
look,
we planned
Sound just
like the
like it too.
spelling or whatever. So
to
came up with that name or whatever, and when that name came about, I didn't do like copyright or anything on
yeah,
it. So I think I was like a sophomore in high school at McCallum.
yeah.
And that's when Missy Elliott came out. And people come up to me, I heard you on the radio, like you had this song, and they said misdemeanor. And I was like, that's not me. So then we went through the thing of reaching out, contacting like her management, the people, whatever. And they was just like, well, because it's not spelt the same,
Yeah.
it's okay. You can keep using it. So I've been using it this whole time, but then I kind of like thought to come up with like another
Yeah.
name for it.
And I
Try
say,
to incorporate a different name. So now like AI, like all the different like
yeah.
people picked up on it, and I still use it as like a secondary like surname or whatever. I still go by misdemeanor, but just try to incorporate it more.
And I say, like, you had that name even before Missy Elliott came
I
out.
did,
You know what I'm
but we
saying?
didn't have copyright. Well,
Yeah.
we did, but I didn't know how to back then, and nobody talked to me about it. They more like get in the booth, rap, get in the closet, rap. Cause we
Yeah.
record a lot of shit in the closet.
Facts.
No diddy.
I was
We
there.
was in the closet,
I,
no
I
diddy.
was there all those nights. I was there. G back
No, we was in the
back when he had the back when he had the yellow styrofoam in the closet. You
Yeah,
did.
he's talking you putting them egg crates and all that. I don't even know where they got all that cushion from.
Mhm.
But we was recording in that closet. And
Yeah.
we had that song Bound for the Slaughter. I ain't gonna never forget it. I think that was like one of the best songs like me and Nook did, and then just the breathing exercises. Like he has always been one of them people that's developing artists. Like even as a youngster, I swear, like I was like, oh my
Man,
god, I hate him.
I still
But
I still remember that chorus, like word for word. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. So that's what it was.
Is if you could go back and give yourself one piece of advice when you first started off rapping, what would it be?
Keep going. Don't let nobody stop you. Put yourself first.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? We got one life to live.
yeah,
You can't get that time back.
not
Time
at
is
all.
precious.
Facts.
Can't get none of that time back. Like so, it's just a like a mental thing to where you just got to keep pushing. And so like that'll be something forever. I can't get them years back I lost, and now like it don't matter how hard I try to go, just think of how far I could have came had I just kept going.
Yeah,
And you
yeah,
have to be true to yourself and realize that time is precious and we don't get that time back.
exactly,
That's it.
Right
exactly.
is that.
So independent or majors and why? Independent artists, major artists.
I would say independent. It touches on like what I just said now, like
Mm.
being true to yourself. Sometimes when you sign on to like a major, you giving yourself to someone else. And again, that's somebody else taking control of you. Your creativity, your coins, your money, your brain, everything, you know what I'm saying? Your creativity.
Mm.
So I would say being independent. Independence is a big thing. Cause at the end of the day we was brought into this world by ourselves, we're gonna leave by ourselves. So
Facts.
you might as well go through this bitch by yourself,
Exactly.
mentality wise, emotional wise. Like
Mm.
don't let nobody, cause we only got one life. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? When you signing that over to somebody, God didn't birth us for that. You know
Nah.
what I'm saying? And them same people not gonna be with you when you leave up out of here. So independent,
Fact.
independent,
I love it. Say again.
Straight out the trunk, you did.
With
independence.
that being said, do you have anything to tell the people out here? You know what I'm talking about? You want to let them know?
As far as me, like like I said, I'm popped out like a raccoon again. No, but any artist, I feel like that it's like from my generation, it's never a time limit.
Mm.
Don't ever have it in your head where, oh no, like I'm 40 now, I'm 50 now, I can't rap, I
Yeah.
can't do it because society is saying I can't. That's not true. Because at
Facts.
the end of the day, we got a lot to offer.
Mm-hmm.
Your creativity ain't the next person's creativity. Hits you might come up with in your brain if you feel like you suppressed and you too old. That songs that in art that nobody's ever gonna hear because you're let somebody tell you can't do it because you too
Yeah.
old. Like I see myself, I'm Picasso, and say I'm gonna get it out the mud, but
You hear me?
just like the old artists, like man, keep mashing. I don't care, like. I swear, I'm sorry. I don't look old and wrinkly. I don't think I do. Like,
Nah.
just keep going. Like, keep going. You have artists that have like unique voice, like Too Short. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You have like Pimp C, rest in peace. But people that have like undeniable sounds that are like timeless.
Like you
And
eat
it ain't
40s.
never. I don't think it ever changed. The
Yeah.
older they get, Mary J. Blige, people still rock her. She's still performing. She older than me. Like at the end of the day, don't let nobody tell you that your age means that you can't reach your full potential, your dream, and you can't get it out the mud. Like for real, everybody got a purpose, and don't let the worldly people tell you that your purpose ain't what God put you here for.
Hey,
And that's why I'm gonna keep going.
real talk, real talk. That
Hmm.
boy, that boy, Killer Mike had
She
got him a
dropping
Grammy
straight
when he
knowledge on
was.
that.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Real
keep
talk.
going.
Shouldn't that knowledge be born? You
All
know what I'm
right, man.
saying?
So you gonna kick some for us? We want to hear something. You know what I'm talking about?
Uh,
Just a little 8-bar piece. You hear me?
Hey, you got a beat for us, my man?
Like he looking around. Hey, let me pull it up real quick. Terrence, what's wrong? You on live?
Yeah.
Terrence going live.
Boy, live
He
live.
been hard. He going hard. And I think my phone already. Yeah, this Android died. See, I'm trying to. I'm gonna show y'all something. Here go an iPhone, but I swear I before like prefer my Android.
Yeah.
And the Android done died, but the iPhone is still going.
Android old faithful.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, faithful.
Old faithful. Hey, what kind of beats you like?
It no, it don't matter. I ain't gonna get up and throw that ass in a circle. Play
Uh,
something like
uh,
Ball MJP.
uh,
Some old school do songs.
yeah. Or a bounce beat or something, you know what I'm talking
No, see, there you go. That bounce thing. No, please don't.
Wow.
They ain't gonna have me get up bounce when she walk. No, we ain't doing
Get
that.
on that. Bout. Nah.
Yeah,
I'm just
no.
playing.
Terrence is out of control. He been like this our whole life though. But man, he hard with the promotion. So
That's
yeah.
where it is. Oh man, entertainment.
That's strange way. No, no. I'm gonna put this on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? YouTube.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
And I don't freestyle, but like, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I'll pick some.
Oh.
We ready? Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. I see my life as a journey, walk in this earth of free spirit. Here my Lord gave me the talent to spread the knowledge through lyrics. Some welcome death and some fear it. Who's say when it's over? In danger times, I face the demons walking shoulder to shoulder. Keep my faith in Jehovah. Give him the praise for our blessings. From smoking weed to how I'm dressed. Realize how next every Christian of sin, every trial ain't a friend. I pick the pen, realizing that my journey must end. Depend on self, realizing ain't no goodness among us. Gotta keep your head above the water or get swept under. No wonder niggas turn snitch. No wonder mamas turn trick. The devil hustling like a wolf. That's why I'm dealing with trick. They're here to pay the bills. Miss gonna say and depend. Time that healed without that, just say that I didn't. Tribulations and trials, the been the strength of my growth. I know this road, still a road if the bud blooms up.
Hey, she the wreck that hole, man.
Motherfucker, man.
Hold up, Screw.
Drop the mic.
Hold up, Screw. Somebody say, man. 360, 360 Cypher Podcast, man. We up out of here, man. Hey,
Thanks again.
somebody.